Is that you have a new record coming out? Is it out in Europe yet? Or?
No, it's not out anywhere. It's coming out in May. No, March, right? It's coming out in March.
All right, and then I think it slowly goes across, and it gets to us.
I think it's a
in the US.
10-day span that they're doing it. It's a 10-day span.
That's exciting, and you're going out on tour soon for forever.
Yeah, I think for at least 1 year, and I think that's as much as I can handle.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to invite you. Well, first of all, I want to talk about Germany.
Oh,
because I was in Germany last summer and I love the people there, and someone could be watching in Germany right now.
Do you know that Fick mein Piemel Schlampa?
No, what's that?
It's just something nice to tell your friends. Fick mein Piemel.
Fick mein Piemel Schlampa.
Piemel.
Piemel?
Yeah.
All right. I learned Arschloch. Arschloch?
Yeah.
I've
seen that, on pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, I remember in Germany we were at some bar and we were exchanging slang with some German girls.
Yeah.
It seems is that like
they're too hip? A lot of those German girls. That's what I find. They're just too hip, and they don't even like really let you talk.
Mm-hmm. What I remember about Germany the most is that this might be derogatory towards people in Germany, but I don't know if you noticed this.
No, I mean it's cool.
Is that people don't cross the street.
Yeah, like in Los Angeles.
They do that in LA too?
Yeah. They're paranoid.
So people, basically what happens is if the light is red on the walk sign, even if you're in a deserted desert.
Yeah, except their lights are tangerine.
In LA or?
No, in Germany, there's tangerine light.
Okay.
And then there's a topaz light.
They don't call it red, green, and...
I don't know what they call it in German.
But they actually have a topaz colored light?
Topaz and tangerine.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it means something different to the French.
Really? The French walk...
Do you know arrêt?
Arrêt?
It means stop.
Okay, yeah. Like arrest.
No, but it means like in Quebec that means stop.
Mm-hmm.
But to French people they say stop. But only in Quebec it's arrêt. Like they'll say in customs, interrogation room.
Yeah.
But that just means like.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah.
So speaking of Germany, you were on the cover of Rolling Stone in Germany.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's a fact. Was that? What's it like to be on the cover of Rolling Stone in Germany?
Well, I think it very soon becomes collectible. And I kind of enjoy becoming like collectible because I collect Garfield's stuff, and I like the fact that like it's a bootleg and people collect it.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. It's like the Absolute vodka ads, but not a stupid advertisement.
Yeah, like the special one they made for Sex and the City. Like it's like on eBay, for a lot of money because it was not even like a real ad. It was just only featured on Sex and the City. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Germany for a lot of people is like that. It's like something they just seen on TV.
Yeah, well, it's like well, it's like an artist, like if there's a release of an artist who only came out in Tokyo,
like Tokyo Hotel.
That was the perfect segue into talking about this band Tokyo Hotel, which they're in New York now, or Monday and Tuesday.
They started as a cartoon band. It became a real band when they found kids that looked like the cartoons. There was a really fascinating article about them in the New York Times this morning because they played at Irving Place, and that's right near where I live.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Irving Place.
Yeah, they played at the club on Irving Place.
Oh.
What's it called? The Fillmore. It's a beautiful, great chandelier.
Well, it's the Hammerstein Ballroom, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the one right next to that.
It's the former wetlands.
They do a chandelier, and it means culture.
Yeah, well, the Tokyo Hotel is sort of interesting. They sound very. They're coming. They're coming to America.
Yeah, and Bill Graham is all
You've heard
about
it here.
that. Bill Graham is excited.
Mm-hmm. Who's Bill Graham?
The Graham Cracker. They call him that from. He's from Frisco. I'm sure Steve Paul's friends with Bill Graham.
Yeah.
They go way back.
All right, I want to do some news with you and catch your verdict, your reactions. They're brain reading headsets for video game players.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That are coming out.
Yeah.
So you put this thing on your head and your thoughts and emotions and cognitive abilities control various aspects of gameplay, which sort of sounds like, I don't know,
It's like songwriting.
Yes, you know soon they have Guitar Hero now, so you play guitar in video
Yeah.
games. Soon you're just, if you could do that.
Well, because I always felt like I write songs in a stream of consciousness kind of way. But I think that the technology they're using for gaming is more like a lie detector test. And I think it's more like the person with the most integrity would win the game. You know, and that's kind of,
yeah.
It's like virtual reality used to be the future. You know, like it's kind of retro.
Yeah, well, virtual reality is really Atari and everything now.
Yeah, like virtual reality. It's like that was the future. You know, but they haven't developed the technology since they made that glove for the Nintendo.
I remember that glove. You know, that glove, I think I bought it, and I think they probably came out with 4 or 5 games that supported it.
Yeah.
Until no one bought the
bogus.
glove.
Corey Feldman wore it one time in a movie. And then virtual reality totally
Do you remember that
dissipated.
movie, The Wizard?
Sure, I remember it. You know, like I actually studied under the director for a while. Like I studied under 2 people. Really.
Wait, did you study like school, music, or Nintendo?
Well, there's this guy named Michael Kors, the fashion designer, and I was his protege when I was a little kid, and he taught me a lot about style, and one of his teachings was that style and substance are separate entities and not mutually exclusive.
And you could sort of work on one and neglect the other.
Yeah, exactly. The style has nothing to do with substance, and that they're not mutually exclusive, or whatever is the opposite of that. And
they're mutually.
Yeah, and then I was an intern for Werner Herzog, and he said the opposite. He said, substance is style, and that styles like really reflected by the substance that's present, and that is the style.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the way I tried to work. It's because Kors totally threw me off with the other, and it was actually Werner Herzog and the actor Scott Speedman that turned me on to this. The new way that I'm working.
It's a brand new way. Well,
It's a new way.
I'm really looking forward to.
It's the way they built the car, though. It was a Henry Ford thing. That's why I think.
Well, we're trying to do a new way thing on the show. How do you feel that's working out? It's sort of our garage band.
The new format.
Our garage band late night show.
Well, I dig the webcam, and if I can't get the UPN, I get the webcam, and it's actually
the CW. What is it? CW? Didn't they join forces? Is that true? UPN and WB became the CW.
Yeah, the CWs. That's really obviously messed up my thing at home. But now I have like 1,000 channels, so lucky, I guess. I heard half the world has never even heard a dial tone before, and I've got 1,000 channels.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I feel good about it.